best and worst fruits for weight loss. Are oranges healthy?
The peel of an orange actually has a fantastic liver health promoter. On the other hand,
So far, I'm liking what I'm seeing. We are having those Fed minutes come out today. This is yesterday's gap. I'm going to be a good boy today. I'm going to try to take my one trade. This could remain open. That would be okay. I would prefer it close. But I'm not going to try to second guess it. The way we've been taking 4-hour highs and falling out of bed, I don't even know if I'll wait for a reversal pattern. But I would really like to see it fill this gap. But I'm not taking a trade hoping it goes there. If you watched my live stream yesterday, you saw something that was very odd. I made money on the baby and low boy, but I didn't do so good in Black Betty, which is what you saw me trading. And you saw me when I took a short, and you saw me nearly blow up a combine. And when I took this short right here, I wasn't even in a real money account, and it was the trade of the day. And then when I took this long right here, I killed it, up $20 because I didn't see a reversal pattern yet. So, and then I'm in here trying to catch this move and all this chop. Figured out we're going up, we're going down. I'm not gonna mess with that anymore. This blue line is a potential reversal spot. That blue line is basically settlement. I would like to see it take that high right there. This is the high of that afternoon session. Also have in wall 50% of last week. I would like to see it get around this area and then reverse. That's what I'm looking for. But it's going to have to be a nice clean signal. And if it said I don't want to go any higher than this and reversed right here, leaving this gap open, take that too. We have Fed minutes coming out today. 1 o'clock. We opened with a gap up and then we've gone straight up ever since. It may not go, we may not have a reversal today. We could just see it go straight up. After yesterday's chop fest all afternoon, you never know what's going to happen. What kind of volatility are we seeing today? That's a good question. I think this is our biggest 1 minute candle right here. It's 40 points roughly. We had one more like it where this fair value gap went through. I think that one was 40 points. And this one right here is 40 points. So for 1 micro on a 40-point candle situation, that one was 44. Not bad. Opening range candle. That would be a good one to gauge it on. 53 points. So I would say, just to be safe, you're going to need a 50-point stop loss today. If you get a perfect entry. So my epiphany, holy cheese balls. I'm going to tell you first about what happened to me last night. I went to Uber last night, and it was slow, and I kind of had, didn't have a great day yesterday. Trading, I made money in 2 of my accounts, but I didn't like the way I traded, and I had a problem with the way I traded Black Betty. And so a friend of mine calls and says, "Hey, you want to go have a beer?" And I said, yeah, I do. And so we went out, and then she ended up coming over here, and we hung out on the patio, drinking, visiting, listening to music till 4 o'clock in the morning. That is the second time that's happened with this lady. So I didn't go to bed until 4 o'clock when she finally left. I enjoyed it. I mean, I enjoyed hanging out with her and everything, but 4 o'clock was a little bit later than I wanted to stay up. So I'm not having a whole bunch of sleep. I think I slept maybe 4 hours. I went to sleep pretty quick when I went to bed. I was out like a light. That's a pretty nice little run up right there for the open. I'd say we're relatively bullish. Got people getting on board now thinking they missed the move of the day. How are we doing over here on ES as far as gap and everything? Well, this doesn't look right, because this is where I have the 4-hour high marked, and we don't even have it. That's not right. It couldn't be right. Why do I have that line there? Okay, let's do this. This was the 4-hour high, so we're good there. And then this would be gap fill. What in the world is that? So, I really was mulling over my trades yesterday, and I realized I am trying to get involved in stuff like this, and pretty much losing all of my money. Losing several trades, losing my mental capital. And so by the time we get to an actual reversal point, I'm really nervous about taking it because I don't want to lose any more money. And I've said this before, say it again, but somehow it's like in between, like I'll have a good day or two and I'll sit down here at the computer and I'll go back to that, oh, we're heading there, I can get in. To me, this is a significant level that we're about to take. I'm just going to call this gap fill. From a 4-hour chart perspective, we would have to go all the way up to here for another RTH. We're already above this one. And we could just continue up. We have another gap up here, I do believe. Yeah, we do. So we could just continue up. We may have gotten all the low ball stuff we wanted. No sign of slowing down yet, but this is a spot where I would like to see a reversal. In fact, I'm not even going to wait for one. If we start going back the other direction, then I will dump this position really, really quickly. But the way we've just been going somewhere and then start sneaking the other direction and all of a sudden we drop 250 points, I'm not even going to play around with it. I would rather take a gamble trade here. That's what my point was when I was saying all that stuff earlier. I would rather take a gamble trade here than one anywhere in this little run up. And that's what I've been doing, is taking these trades thinking, oh, I think we're only going to retrace to this line or that fair value gap or that, and then I can join this move. It makes more sense to me to look at this and say, okay, I can get in here, and if I'm wrong, at least I'm at a significant level where I have a potential to make a bunch of money if this sucker just decides to start ripping lower. But I may be picking a top here, and that's why I'm watching it very closely, thinking that, you know, if I need to, I'm going to hit this X button. We've only gotten down $30 so far, but it could rip up there and take my $100 bill. But I'm okay with that, because at least we're at a reversal area. At least we are. The better thing to do here would be to wait. Probably wait until we see a reversal pattern. We're at 34, 35, 36. So going to 50 is likely. I'm going to go ahead and take it off in 3. It's $100. I don't know. That's a lot. That's a lot of money to me in my small accounts. Definitely, that's the high objective. Definitely, this move to the upside has slowed since we popped that high, since we filled that gap. If this ends up being the high of the day, and I kill this sucker, I would expect it to go to 50 here, just because 50 is a good psych level. But we didn't even revisit round number, did we? We didn't. So normally we go through round number, we come back to it. Haven't. We haven't. Why? Is it that aggressive of a move? Are we reaching for these up here? Gonna go try to fill that gap today? Could be. Go with the 1 minute over here too. I don't want to see a new high here. Leave it. We got a new high. That would be our breaker here now if we don't go any higher. Not even going to revisit round number. You tell me how many times we go through round number and we don't revisit it. We made it back to 20. I was beginning to wonder if we would even do that. This is our breaker right now. Last down close candle on the way up. It's actually this one. So we've gone straight up since the open. Any of these red candles didn't even take a low, except for that one. I think a pullback could be coming a little bit. I mean, just a few points even. I would like to see this be the high of the day, to be honest with you. My low target today if my hypo that we're going to fall out of bed all the way to 23,000 by the end of the December, my low target is actually way down here today. I should have probably waited for a validation on this. We're validating it now. We almost back to round number. Hey, we made it. There's round number, volume and balance. We could just go straight back up from here. Breakers here, bearish order block here. This candle has not finished, but it is creating a fair value gap at the present time. First pullback of the day after a nice run up to fill the gap. How did I get in there? I know I hit market in. I didn't hit limit order. I don't like the way it's pulling back here. Didn't leave a fair value gap open. I'm getting out. That was a minuscule run on liquidity. And a pretty good rip back up to the upside. 30 points immediately. Actually from 94. Yeah, that's 40 points from here to there. So that wasn't it yet. Oh, this was 67. We were just right at it. I didn't even think about that. So ES wanted 67, and we had just not quite made it. And if I would have paid attention to that, I would not have taken that trade at that point. So now we could actually look for a short. Look at the size of that rip. That's 60 points at least. $55 points. So now our breaker is way down here. How much did that one cost me? Not bad. Hey, I took a chance. Not bad at all. This I should have noticed. Because ES was taking its round number while I was waiting for a pullback at round number. I should have just taken a trade off there. Round number. But I was only in at 906 with my market fill. We did get to 50 here. The Fed minutes is not the Fed rate decision. Fed minutes is when last time they had a meeting, they're going to turn out the notes to the public so people can read them. And the market will sometimes react as though they just made a rate decision. And sometimes it's a nothing burger. Here would be a position where I would be like, ooh, we're going to go high. We're making it all the way to this one and try to get in on a position here. I'm not going to do it today. You're welcome to. We made a fair value gap to the upside. We pushed to a round number. I don't trust it. I do like the fact that we got a breaker way up high now, a potential breaker way up high now. And if we were to rebalance all this right now, take me another short. If I get my butt handed to me today, it'll be because we're in a directional day. not because I traded like an idiot. Which is possible. We could have a directional day to the upside. We could go up, 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 take one of these highs up here and just stay there. Like we did all afternoon yesterday. We're in that god-awful choppy crap. This garbage. Oh, that made me want to throw up. It was a nice range. That's a 100-point range. But if you were to box that in, the highs, we take them. We come down, we take the lows. Go back up, we take the highs. This is 100 points plus. The only thing you could do in this situation is if you believed that we were going to go fill this gap, that's 124 points on that run right there. We took that low, went straight back up, took that high, then we started working our way down. If you believed we were going to go fill the gap, then you would just get a fill at the low right there. That would have been okay. You would have saved it and we would have went up here. If you took your profit at the top of the gap, you'd have been fine. If you were waiting for it to fill the gap, you would not have been fine. But that's 124 points. You've got it filled here, you would have got at least 120 out of that. It's $240 on one micro. On the contrary, if you believed we weren't going to go fill the gap, I don't know why you would think we wouldn't, but it is certainly possible that we might not fill the gap because we're trying and trying and trying and failing to go higher. I mean, this is a long freaking time. So then if you were short-minded, then you put your order at this high to go short. And when it pops that high, you just aim for the low. You don't have to aim for anything way down here. Just aim for the low of the range or these candles. And that would have got you well over 100 points. So I don't know. This would have made you pucker up. And this one too. But you would have won your trade. So that's the way you trade those ranges. Just pick a low, put the order there, or the high, put a short there. You don't want to wait for a breaker to validate in a situation like this and then enter as it's going down, because it's just going to rip right up against you. All right, so it does look like we're aiming for some higher fruit up there. The move up is quite aggressive, and I don't mind missing it at all. I already have a qualifying day in Black Betty. I theorized in Asia last night that we may bounce. That's a fair value gap to the upside. If you wanted to go long here, you could try to go long to there. I'm not, but you go ahead. Low of last week, I had that marked. And so Asia went up to it, wicked into it, and then started pulling back. So I took a short there. I was thinking we might offer down all night, but then we ended up ranging in Asia too. But I made that, I actually got up 100 points. I was out Ubering. So when I saw it didn't break 20 on the push back down, I was like, this looks like it's going to reverse. So I got in and killed it. And by the time, just from the time I thought that to the time I got my app pulled up to kill it, it had already retraced up, and I only made $158. But that's actually an account that I've been struggling in, and I lost 276 on it yesterday. But 158 is a qualifying day. So I could lock it right now. I got a qualifying day. I wait till market conditions are just right. I get me a home run day. A couple of them. That's the way I'm trading all these combines. I haven't had them all three linked together, and maybe I don't need to have them all three linked together today. Because because I had Black Betty on here, and that $33 loss actually put it where it's no longer a qualifying day. But we left this gap here. Settlements here. Fed minutes coming out. Bearish on the weekly chart. So I'm looking at this run up as an opportunity to get short. Right now we're just pulling back to 67. Do I think we could go to 36? Yeah, possibly. We may trade up all the way until 1 o'clock when those minutes come out. And then fall out of bed. Or go higher. I just know that if I take a bunch of trades in here trying to figure out if we're going there, when the actual trade that I want pops up, I'm gonna have either not enough capital, not enough financial capital, or not enough mental capital to take it. And so I'm not gonna mess with it. This is 25% retrace of last week. We could see a reversal right here. I would take the reversal right here if it appeared. We have the bearish order block. We just returned a round number. I'm looking at that right there. And over here on NQ, same kind of a situation. This one right here. I think we'll probably push right on through it, but that would be our point of contention if we do push through. If we do reject off of it and then validate this breaker, that would be some confluence that we might offer down, at least to these wicks here. Or maybe lower. Maybe this is our high of the day. It is after 9, so we could mark out our opening range. I think the low is good. I'm not going to mark it, but opening range high would be good to mark out. It's pretty much that blue line. I mean, it's just right above it. Let's see. I mean, pre-market high, is it really pertinent anymore? Maybe. I was looking for a reversal point there, so I don't really know that it's pertinent now. Opening range high. Okay, so we went up and we respected the halfway point of that. Breakers here on ES. We're kind of starting to look like we may validate it. Are we getting the same type of PD array over here? We're getting down to it. We haven't pushed through it yet. I want those to match. No fair value gap. Build it right back up. I do like the way we performed around this order block right here. See how the candle bodies respected the halfway point on both indexes? Will it continue to do so? Possibly. Could it rip right back up through there? Yes. So what do we need to make this trade something that we would be willing to get into? A fair value gap beneath this orange line would be, right now, I would think it would just be taking these lows and popping right back up, because we would have to have a pretty good run down to get a fair value gap below this. But I do like the way it's performing here. Candle bodies respecting the halfway point. Now we're back to the 25% of that. ES didn't even make it back up that high. Immediate rebalance on the run up. I've got it zoomed in pretty good. Are these gigantic freaking candles? Yeah. 37-point candles. We did fill in both of those fair value gaps. On ES, but we did not fill them in over here. On a 15-second chart, we probably already validated a breaker. But I'm going to be a good boy today. I'm going to wait for my signal, and I'm going to take the freaking trade. And if I lose, I lose. But even like right now, from the high to the breaker is well over my stop. My stop right now is 50 points. If we went up and tested the high, that's 52 points just to the breaker. Opening range high, we just went and bounced off of it in ES. How many points are we looking at in ES? Maybe it would be better to trade ES. To the breaker, 8.5 points. So 10 points on ES is $50. And so if I did 2 ES, I'd be at $100 stop loss. And that might not be a bad idea. Round number is the spot. But right now, if this breaker validates, I'm going to be entering way down here. Way down here. I'm curious what a 15-second chart looks like on here. We do have a fair value gap here, and here, and here. But no leave town. No leave town. ES might be the product to trade today. I would like to see it leave these wicks and go back up here to the breaker. I'm going to try that. 2 at the breaker. And then maybe we run those lows. longer filled. Is this the high of the day, or we just take these lows and run right back to 67 or make a new high? Don't know. But I like the trade location. Time of day for a reversal is perfect. The only thing I don't like about it is we're working off of a 15-second chart. That's the only thing I don't like about it. I'm in now. Settlement's my target. I'm going to change to a 15-minute chart so I don't have to look at the ups and downs. I'm also going to change to I'll do a 5-minute chart. That 5-minute low is right there. That might be all I get. I'm not going to second guess that. Here we popped it on NQ. It's just now getting beneath its breaker over here. The 15-minute chart is the opening range high over here. That's the low. Volume imbalance. Those wicks are kind of looking like bullish. Then we pop a low and we move right back up, looking a little bullish still. One-minute breaker still hasn't been validated. Going to break even might be a good idea, but I'm in at 6,700, and revisiting 6,700 is very high probability too. So I think I just got to grit my teeth and take the loss if it ends up being one. If I'm this patient, I won't be wrong every time. Guaranteed I won't be wrong every time. But I just got to be patient, and I mean, this is a good setup. 1-minute breaker has not been validated, but we do have the order block. The ES price action looks really good on that 15-second chart. But this is exactly the kind of thing we could do for more upside. Take a low on a 15-minute chart and then push back higher, just like we did here on the 5-minute chart. There's always going to be some ambiguity you could use to talk yourself out of a trade. I'm going to keep my thumb ready to hit that button right there. I'm not even going to put a $100 risk on it. I'm going to put it. That is the high right there, yeah. Only $85 risk. We could be getting into a 5-minute range. We've been liking these ranges a lot. But I like the price action today. I like the go up. I like that we did not stay in a range. But we did have a few days ago where we were in an hourly candle range of 250 points. This is looking nice over here, getting below the breaker. We ran the wicks and said, no, we want more. Well, I like that. Man, NQ got so close to 25,000. We certainly didn't fall out of bed like we've been doing. Where we take a high and then rip 100 plus points the other direction and then go take it again. See, we'll take the high again. We certainly did not do that today. We didn't fall straight out of bed. I'm going to switch to a 1 minute chart just for a second. I don't think we've got a fair value gap over here. No, we don't. None. We get a 15-minute candle closing back within the opening range. Probability says we may run all the way through it. But we don't have that yet. 8 minutes to find out if that's going to happen. The aggressiveness of this move down is not impressive so far. We're back down to 20. We should continue to push down. We shouldn't go back up here. That's what happened in Asia last night where I killed my trade. And it ended up being a really good decision. Immediate rebalance. Can we get below 20 this time? Just stay there. That one bounced all the way back down to 10. But we could be inverting this 25% quadrant of last week and go up to the 50. And there's all sorts of possibilities here. Bouncing off the opening range high. Opening range for NQ is actually right at that 25%. This candle tapped that opening range high just to the tick. I like that immediate rebalance. Wish we could make a new low on this candle. Yeah, back in the opening range again. Bet we're about to get a long wick to right here, a long candle. That's going to be our point of contention. If we can push through that, we should continue down. But if we touch it and bounce, probably going back up. And we took the elevator up and we're taking the stairs down, and there's a locked door at every floor. Go back to the 5-minute chart over here so it doesn't scare me. Watching these wicks. Going to break even in case we rip. That actually validated a breaker of 5. I mean, we still got 3 minutes before that finishes, so we could rip right back up. I think it might have put a fair value gap over here. Let's see. Nope, still no fair value gap. Still no fair value gap. NQ did not run that wick. Two minutes. We'll have what, a 15-minute candle closing back inside the opening range, increasing the likelihood that we go all the way through it. A lot can happen in 2 minutes. Still no fair value gap over here on NQ. Let's see what this one looks like on the 1 minute. Did we get a fair value gap to the downside here? We did, right here. Very nice, very nice. But yes, it's putting up good signals, and NQ looks like garbage. So that would be our point of contention now. We don't want candle bodies closing above that. So we could take our risk off here down to the high of that fair value gap right there. Let's go back to the 15-minute. We pushed through opening range high with a fair value gap, and that makes it a pretty significant PD array. But this is our bounce point right here. We're at 90. Bouncing back up to 900 isn't alarming, but we still don't have a fair value gap over here at all. So I am concerned that we could go higher here. Take that low and rip back up. Took the low here. How high will we go? How high will we go? The 5-minute chart does have a fair value gap right now. It may remain open. It's got 45 seconds to close. to opening range high on NQ. 12 seconds remaining to possibly have a 5-minute fair value gap to the downside. Looks like it's going to hold. Right there is that 5-minute fair value gap to the downside. Looking nice, looking good. Can we get below round number again? Bouncing off of it now. Next wick of contention right there. Pushed below it, went back to it, that's okay. Back to round number, doing the dance. $80 to $20, very common. That wick's right at 80. ES bouncing off of 80 is very common. $52 points, midpoint, pre-market high. That would be a reversion back to half of it. Okay, so we took this wick, we did a little bounce, but not near as much of a bounce as I expected. This one could grow some legs. Keep going, get down in those 60s, those 50s. ES psych value here is at 80. We need to push through 80. We're at 83, 82. The halfway point of this fair value gap right here is at 79. We did get down into the 60s. 63. I think that's finally a fair value gap forming over here on the 1-minute chart. Yeah, we got a little one right there. So that would be our point of contention on ES. I mean on NQ. Right there. I need to make it bigger. It's not very big at all. NQ is just looking rough. I like the action over here better. So here's a question for you. We got that one. We got another one. Here's a question for you. Do I hold for bottom of the opening range, which would be way down here at first presentation fair value gap, settlement? Or do I take my $200 and say, that's it, that's all I want? Because I'm about to have $200 here. I think this move, I mean, it could bounce at 50 here. There's some wicks there on the 1 minute. We could definitely bounce back up there, and that would correspond well with the 80 here. I'm gonna take my $200 day. I'm probably gonna regret it because I need more than $200 every day, but that's kind of my goal, $200 a day. But the potential of a bounce here is high. Man, I'm most likely going to regret it. No, I can't regret it because I am trade copying 3 accounts. My goal is to make $300. Why am I only at 164? Oh, because I lost 33. Still a qualifying day. Here's that bounce I was talking about. So, Black Betty is at 323. And she was very badly depleted. The leader, 778. This one was at $18 on Monday. 18. So is it likely that we're going all the way down? Yes. I may have just made a mistake in my lifetime. But my accounts are so far depleted, I'm scared to death to lose a qualifying day. This may go all the way down to 250. But I think we're going to get a push back up before it goes there. And I'll be able to re-enter at the fair value gap if it stops there. I don't think we'll go just straight down today. This doesn't look like the kind of price action we've been seeing up to today. Fed minutes coming out and all of that. This is actually nice price action. Really, really nice. Even on a 5-minute chart, that's really nice. We're not having these gigantic ranges. 30-minute chart. We went somewhere, put up a reversal pattern, and now we're going somewhere else. That's the way the market is supposed to behave. I probably could have got a full pull on this one. We're still going down over here. We did not bounce at 50. So I made the decision to kill it there at 164, qualifying day, and I think this is a day that could be really, really good. And why did I kill it, guys? Why did I kill it? We didn't even really have a pullback where I expected it to pull back. Market PTSD. That's what I'm blaming. Market PTSD. Yesterday, we did that same thing. We could have had a 100-point candle rip to the upside. So, I'm gun shy. Very much so. Look at that touch on that fair value gap right there. That is a really nice reversal pattern. Once we got a fair value gap on the 1 minute, that little touch right there may have made me hold it a little longer, because this is looking like it's heavy, getting real heavy. Son of a gun, why did you kill it, Potter? Always doing the wrong thing. That's the halfway point of the range right there. Filled in that 5 minute fair value gap, showing no sign of reversal whatsoever. Man, I should not have killed this trade. Now I can't even get in it. Everything was right. Everything was right. It's the middle of the opening range right there. I think given the price action of the last few days, I need to give myself a break here. But I am regretting killing that trade. I had a good read. This could possibly be the high of the day. $47 points to there, $5 a point, $10 a point, $470 right there, times 3. The one that did, it's okay, it's okay. If this is really the deal, then we should get a pullback. There's going to be some big money guy say, but I missed it. Could you get back up there and let me sell again? And it'll go back up there. Otherwise, we're just in a 1 hour range. Look at that 1 hour candle. Took those highs on the 1 hour chart. Pull back. Different perspective there. If I would have taken the trade over here, based on the signal I was seeing on ES, right there. Oh man, I'm using the wrong tool. We would have made a little bit more than $168. 239 points right there, 240. 1 micro, that would be 480. So it'd be about the same. It'd be about the same. This is the middle of the opening range. We came back to it. I'm about to talk myself into another trade. I would get in on another trade if we were to come up here and bounce. Push back down. Possibly. Or even half of this run, maybe half of that. No, I wouldn't. I wanted a qualifying day and I've got it. Why would you want to risk any more? The market has been stealing money like crazy for 8 weeks, and you want to get in another trade? These candles, they're actually, this is normal price movement. This is what I've been wanting to see. It's relatively normal price movement. Some of the candles are large. We'd have to look at NQ because I really don't watch this one that much. Some of them are a little large. The fair value gap there is not impressive. But this candle right here, that looks like the largest one of this run. It's 33 points. That could take $60 away from you in 1 minute. That's why I'm nervous about holding trades right now. But that is better than 80, 90 points. I think this could go all the way to 250 today. And I was in at the high of the day. Yeah, that's my... If we came back up here, wicked into this, and maybe even pushed up to there, and then reversed again, I would take that. And I would try to catch this same run. But to me, right now, it just looks like we're going to go all the way back to settlement. And I killed my trade when I didn't need to. Fear and greed. That's what runs the market. Fear and greed. I just had a good day, guys, and I'm sitting here thinking I'm the lousiest trader in the world. Let's do some math. Okay, let's do a little bit of math here. 164 plus 164 plus 323. That's $651 I just made. I am missing out on a whole lot of money. But I just made $651 in 3 XFAs. I have nothing to complain about. That is my $200 average. I have nothing to complain about. But I am regretting killing that trade. Why did I kill it? Because this could have been a whole lot bigger. A whole lot bigger. I don't want to get back in because I don't want to miss out. I don't want to mess up my day. I don't want to mess up my day. And this is the first normal price action I've seen in a long time. I mean, that's a fair value gap to the downside. We're wicking into it. That would be another short there. If I only had a pair of cojones. I don't have them right now. I don't have them right now. I could try to salvage this combine that I blew up yesterday. I'm actually below the max loss limit right there. I could try to sell one here. See if we can get some points on it. If y'all were watching yesterday, I took it in the shorts big time. I was up well over $1,000 in this. I was almost funded. I mean, I was like I was at like 52.6, and it ripped against me 200 points. I had to have a stop on it at all, and got me to the max loss limit just like that, just seconds. Probably going to do it here too. I'm above the max loss limit by $3. Pre-market high, we had a bounce. Fell into a little range there. Momentum to the downside is slowed. For sure. Could see a push back up here. This thing could literally offer lower the remainder of the day. I'm going back to bed, guys. I'm just gonna leave it there. My goal is $200 a day, trading one micro. On a day like today, I would have liked to have made more, but you know, I'm sitting here beating up on myself. I accomplished my goal. That's really all you have to do to be profitable in trading. You don't need $2,000 days. You don't need $100,000 days. $1,000. You don't need any of that. You need $200. And copied across 5 accounts, that's $20,000 a month. And so that's my short-term goal. Minimal risk, $200 a day. And since I have been having my butt straight handed to me for so long, when I get my $200, I'm taking it. And I wish I would have held this one a little longer, at least seen some sort of an exit strategy like a PD array the other direction or something. But given the conditions we've been seeing the last several days, I was too nervous. I'm still too nervous. If I start seeing price action like this again on a regular basis, maybe my nerves will calm down a little bit. But right now, I'm just too nervous. This was at 52,000 yesterday, and I lost it all in one trade. When I was waiting for it to take, it wasn't this low. I think it may have been, I think it was right here when we were going down. I was waiting for it to take a low, a previous low over here, because we ended up taking it later, but we were somewhere around here, and I was already up well over $1,000, and I endured that up, and then it came back down. I said, all right, we're going this time, and I added, and now I got a full mini on, and then we ripped that higher, and that got me down. I had to kill it. When I killed it, we were actually below the max loss limit. This trade here, I mean, I could get in on this, I would imagine. I should have, probably. But where I got in on this one could very well be the high of the day. And we could offer way freaking lower. Or we could go back up. Here's first prez right here. Either way, I'm really not interested in. I'm interested in taking my $200. It feels bad right now. It hurts, but I know if I do that consistently over time, I really needed more money. I really need a big money day, just for the sole purpose of my average days. I want $200 average days, and when I started this plan, I didn't make $200 a day for several days, and so I got to start getting those $200 days. I got to get 5 combines going. I mean, I've just been straight losing. Losing all these days in a row, losing. Didn't trade it Friday. That's when it was at $18. Caught a nice one Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm averaging over $200 a day. That's my goal. How's the next one look? This one is even worse, I think. Yeah, 2 winning days in a row. That's my 3rd qualifying day in here. So when I get me a home run day, I need to get 5, and then I can relax, and I can take a good trade. And I want to see market conditions continue to look like they did today. Look at that one. Losing every single freaking day. This is my first qualifying day. I actually had one here. I was up $400, and I ended the day down $185. First qualifying day in this thing. No. I had this one nearly blown up. So nope. I am pissed off that I sold it when I did. I should have waited. I should have waited for a better, like anything, even something like this, then killed it. I should not have killed it here. I killed it right there in the middle of that fair value gap, anticipating a reversal. But it's simply because I've seen it take something like that and go up a 100.1 minute candle this week. Yesterday, I saw it do that. So yeah, I'm locking it in. I'm locking it in. I wanna just. I feel like there'll be some opportunity this evening with the Fed minutes coming out. So I kind of don't want to lock it out, but at the same time, I do. I'm gonna take a nap. I was up till 4. I got up at 8. I'm running on 4 hours sleep. Maybe the best thing to do here would be to. It did touch first presentation fair value gap here and bounce. Bounce real nicely. So this could be a reversal point. But ES didn't even make it to its first press. It did make it to 50, which is a psych level for a ES. So this could definitely be a bounce point for more upside. Don't know. I wish this was a 200. But that's a 58 all the way up here to 724. Quickly. $65 points in 3 minutes. Look at that one. What if you were long there? Thinking, okay, we're going back up here. We found a bottom. We're going back up. The rip all the way down to there. 100 points. That's not small movement. That's why. 100 points in NASDAQ. Eight weeks ago was half the freaking day. And it happened in 4 minutes. That was half the day. So yeah, I've got PTSD, no doubt. I like the fast movement. You can make a lot of money in a hurry. 72 points range in ES. $418 range in NQ. This could have been my home run day, I think. Could have been my home run day. I'm going to take a nap and then I'll decide whether or not I want to kill these things. We'll trade this for now. After my nap, we'll trade it. I'm gonna kill it, guys. Thanks for watching.